Being a high-value man isn't about being liked by everyone. It's about becoming the man you respect when you're alone. If you're tired of just existing, tired of feeling like you're capable of more but not knowing exactly what to change, this is where everything starts. This is not another motivational video filled with empty words. This is a guide that shows you how to become a high-value man. The kind of man who moves with confidence, lives with purpose, earns real respect, and builds his own success step by step. We're talking about becoming someone people admire because of how you carry yourself, how you speak, how you lead under pressure, and how you handle life when it gets uncomfortable. You don't need to be perfect. You need to commit fully to your growth, your habits, and your mindset. If you're ready to change how you think, how you live, and how you lead, keep listening. Your transformation starts now. Chapter 1. Build confidence by respecting yourself daily. Confidence does not arrive by chance, and it does not show up because someone praises you or because life suddenly becomes easy. Confidence grows quietly when you treat yourself with respect day after day. I have spent a lifetime studying success and human behavior, and I can tell you with certainty that self-respect is the starting point of every strong, confident man. Without it, everything else becomes unstable. With it, even difficult days carry meaning. Most people think confidence comes from results. They believe they will feel strong after they win or after they achieve something big. The truth is the opposite. Confidence comes first and results follow. And confidence begins with how you treat yourself when no one is watching. It begins with the small choices you make early in the morning and late at night. It begins with whether you keep your word to yourself. Respecting yourself daily means doing the simple things you said you would do even when you do not feel like it. It means getting out of bed when the alarm goes off. It means showing up on time. It means speaking honestly instead of saying what is easy. Every time you act in alignment with your values, you send a clear message to your mind that you can be trusted. Trust builds confidence. Confidence builds strength. Many men struggle because they break promises to themselves over and over. They plan to exercise and skip it. They plan to learn and waste the evening. They plan to speak up and stay silent. Over time, something breaks inside. They stop believing in themselves, not because they are weak, but because their actions trained them to doubt their own word. Self-respect repairs that damage. It is built one decision at a time. Respecting yourself daily also means setting standards for how you live. Standards are not rules to punish yourself. Standards are decisions about what kind of man you are becoming. When your standards rise, your confidence rises with them. You stop asking what feels comfortable and start asking what feels right. You stop chasing approval and start building character. Confidence is not loud, it is calm. A man who respects himself does not need to prove anything. He does not rush. He does not beg for attention. He walks into a room knowing who he is because he earned that feeling through discipline. People sense that energy immediately. They may not understand why, but they feel it. Confidence rooted in self-respect always shows. Daily self-respect also shows in how you talk to yourself. Many people use harsh words internally and wonder why they feel uncertain. The mind listens to repetition. If you constantly remind yourself of past failures, you weaken your confidence. Respecting yourself means correcting mistakes without tearing yourself down. Growth requires honesty but not cruelty. A strong man learns and adjusts without losing dignity. When you choose self-respect, you stop allowing small habits that quietly damage your confidence. You stop staying up late knowing it ruins tomorrow. You stop consuming things that drain focus and energy. You stop spending time with people who encourage weakness. These decisions are not dramatic, but they change how you feel about yourself. Confidence grows when your life feels clean and aligned. One of the most powerful forms of self-respect is taking care of your body. Energy affects confidence. When you feel tired and neglected, your mind struggles to stay strong. Eating better, moving regularly, and resting properly are not shallow goals. They are acts of respect. When you take care of your body, you tell yourself that you matter. That message carries weight. Self-respect also means facing discomfort instead of avoiding it. Growth often feels uncomfortable. Avoidance feels safe in the moment, but it slowly weakens confidence. Every time you face something difficult, your confidence increases. It might be a hard conversation, a new responsibility, or a disciplined routine. Courage grows through use. Confidence grows the same way. A high-value man understands that confidence is not given by society or circumstances. It is built internally. He does not wait for motivation. He relies on commitment. He does not need perfect conditions. He improves where he stands. Each day he chooses actions that align with the man he wants to become. Over time, those choices reshape his identity. Respecting yourself daily also changes how others treat you. People respond to consistency. When your actions match your words, trust grows. When your behavior stays steady, respect follows. You do not need to demand it. It arrives naturally. Confidence grounded in self-respect attracts opportunity, relationships, and leadership without effort. Many men search for confidence outside themselves. They look for it in money, attention, or status. These things can amplify confidence, but they cannot create it. Without self-respect, success feels empty and fragile. With self-respect, even small progress feels meaningful. That is the difference between external confidence and internal confidence. One depends on outcomes, the other depends on character. Daily self-respect also requires patience. Confidence does not change overnight. It grows quietly like strength in the gym. At first, progress feels slow. Then one day you realize you speak differently. You walk differently. You handle stress better. That change did not happen suddenly. It happened because you honored yourself consistently. Confidence built this way does not disappear during failure. When setbacks come, you do not collapse. You learn, adjust, and continue. You trust your ability to recover because you have proven it to yourself. This resilience separates high-value men from the rest. They do not panic when things go wrong. They rely on discipline, not emotion. If you want confidence, start by respecting small commitments. Keep your schedule. Finish what you start. Speak truthfully. Clean your environment. These actions may seem ordinary, but they shape your identity. Identity shapes confidence. Confidence shapes success. A man who respects himself daily does not wait for permission to grow. He understands that improvement is his responsibility. He invests in skills, knowledge, and habits without needing applause. Over time, he becomes reliable to himself and others. Reliability is confidence in action. Respecting yourself also means forgiving past mistakes without repeating them. Growth is not about perfection. It is about progress. Confidence grows when you prove to yourself that you can change. Every improved habit strengthens belief in your potential. High-value men are not created by chance. They are built through daily decisions that honor self-respect. Confidence follows discipline. Success follows confidence. This order never changes. If you want to feel strong, start acting strong in small ways. If you want confidence, start practicing respect toward yourself today. Not tomorrow. Not next week, today. Every action counts. Every choice shapes who you are becoming. The world rewards men who trust themselves. That trust is earned through consistency. Build it daily and confidence will meet you there. Chapter 2. Raise your value through consistent daily effort. Value is not something you demand from the world, and it is not something you announce with words. Value is something you demonstrate quietly through effort repeated day after day. I learned early that the marketplace does not reward intention. It rewards usefulness. People are valued in proportion to how dependable, capable, and consistent they are. This truth may feel uncomfortable at first, but it is deeply empowering because it places control back in your hands. A man raises his value when he decides to do ordinary things in an uncommon way. Anyone can show up once. Few show up every day. Anyone can work hard when watched. Few work hard when no one notices. Consistent daily effort is the difference between being overlooked and being respected. It is not about being perfect. It is about being reliable. Most people overestimate what they can do in a short time and underestimate what steady effort can do over years. They look for fast results and lose patience when progress feels slow. High-value men think differently. They understand that effort compounds. Small improvements repeated daily create skill, strength, and confidence that cannot be taken away. Effort gives life structure. When your days have purpose, your mind becomes sharper. When your actions are intentional, your confidence grows quietly. You stop drifting. You stop waiting. You begin building. This process does not require motivation. It requires decision. Motivation changes. Decisions create momentum. Raising your value begins with asking a simple question each morning. What effort today will make me more capable tomorrow? The answer does not need to be dramatic. It might be learning for 30 minutes. It might be improving one skill at work. It might be training your body. It might be finishing a task you normally avoid. These choices shape your future more than sudden bursts of ambition. Effort also builds self-respect. When you work consistently, you begin to trust yourself. You stop doubting your ability to follow through. That trust changes how you carry yourself. Others notice it. Employers notice it. Opportunities respond to it. Value attracts value. Many men feel stuck because they measure themselves against others instead of measuring their effort against yesterday. Comparison drains energy. Progress restores it. Focus on becoming more useful than you were last month. Skills are currency. The more you develop, the more options you have. The world always needs men who can solve problems and stay steady under pressure. Daily effort also strengthens character. It teaches patience. It teaches humility. It teaches focus. These qualities are rare because they require discipline. Discipline is not restriction. Discipline is choosing growth over comfort. Comfort feels good today, but growth pays for decades. A high-value man understands that effort is a form of service. When you improve yourself, you improve your ability to contribute. You become someone others can rely on. Reliability builds reputation. Reputation opens doors. None of this happens by accident. Consistency also sharpens judgment. When you commit to effort, you become more aware of how you spend time. You notice distractions. You choose better routines. Your environment begins to reflect your priorities. Clean habits create clear thinking. Clear thinking leads to better decision. Raising value does not mean exhausting yourself. It means applying energy wisely. Effort without direction leads to burnout. Effort with purpose leads to mastery. Decide where your effort matters most and apply it there daily. Focus creates strength. Some days effort feels heavy. That is normal. Progress does not always feel rewarding in the moment. High-value men do not wait for excitement. They work through resistance. Each time you do what is difficult, your capacity expands. Confidence grows from capability, not praise. Effort also builds independence. When you develop skills, you rely less on approval. You stop needing permission. You earn respect through contribution. This independence is a powerful form of confidence. It allows you to stand firm without arrogance. Daily effort improves emotional control as well. When you are working towards something meaningful, small problems lose power. You respond instead of reacting. You think long-term. Stability becomes your default state. The world rewards men who can be counted on. Talent matters, but consistency matters more. Effort repeated daily turns average ability into exceptional results. This is not theory. This is observable everywhere. Success exists. A man who raises his value understands that effort today is an investment, not a sacrifice. The hours you spend improving skills, the habits you build and the discipline you practice all compound quietly. One day people will call it luck. You will know it was effort. Value also influences how you see yourself. When you invest in growth, you feel worthy of better opportunity. You walk into rooms differently. You speak with clarity. You act with intention. This internal shift changes external outcomes. There is dignity in effort. There is pride in knowing you gave your best even when results are delayed. Effort builds inner strength. Strength becomes confident. Confidence attracts success. High-value men do not chase shortcuts. Shortcuts create fragile results. They choose the longer road because it builds something solid. They understand that effort protects them during uncertainty. Skills do not disappear when circumstances change. Effort also builds patience with others. When you understand the process of growth, you become less judgmental. You respect progress. You lead by example. Leadership begins with personal discipline. Every day offers a chance to raise your value. The question is not whether the opportunity exists. The question is whether you will apply effort consistently enough to benefit from it. Improvement is always available. A man committed to daily effort does not need external validation. He knows his direction. He measures success by progress, not applause. This mindset creates stability in a noisy world. Value is built quietly and revealed over time. Effort today prepares you for responsibilities you cannot yet see. When opportunity arrives, you will be ready because you prepared without knowing exactly why. This is how high-value men are formed. Not through sudden transformation but through steady effort applied with intention. Choose effort daily and value will follow. Chapter 3. Choose purpose and align daily decisions. Purpose is the quiet force that gives shape to a man's life. Without it, days blend together and effort feels scattered. With it, even small actions feel meaningful. I have watched people work hard for years and still feel empty because their actions were not aligned with a clear reason. Hard work without direction drains the spirit. Purpose restores it. Choosing purpose is not about finding a perfect answer that never changes. It is about deciding what matters enough to guide your decisions. A man without purpose reacts to life. A man with purpose responds with intention. This difference changes everything. One feels pulled in many directions. The other moves forward with clarity. Purpose begins with an honest look at what you value, not what others expect, not what sounds impressive, what genuinely matters to you. When values are unclear, choices become confusing. When values are rare, decisions become simpler. Clarity reduces stress. Direction builds confidence. Many men avoid choosing purpose because it feels heavy. They fear making the wrong choice. The truth is, avoiding choice is also a choice and it carries a cost. Drifting wastes time. Time is the one resource that never returns. Purpose protects time by giving it meaning. Once purpose is chosen, daily decisions must support it. This is where most people struggle. They speak about goals but live in contradiction. Alignment is the bridge between intention and results. When your actions match your direction, energy increases. When they conflict, frustration grows. Aligning daily decisions does not require extreme change overnight. It requires awareness. Each choice either supports your direction or pulls you away from it. Meals affect energy. Sleep affects focus. Conversations affect mindset. Habits affect outcomes. Purpose acts as a filter that helps you choose wisely. A high-value man uses purpose as a guide, not a burden. He does not feel trapped by it. He feels anchored. When distractions appear, he evaluates them against his direction. This creates discipline without force. Saying no becomes easier when you know what you are protecting. Purpose also strengthens emotional control. When challenges appear, you remember why you started. This perspective reduces panic. You stop reacting to temporary discomfort. You focus on long-term progress. Calm thinking becomes natural when purpose is present. Many men confuse activity with progress. They stay busy to avoid feeling lost. Purpose changes activity into progress. You begin to ask whether actions move you closer to your desired life. This question sharpens judgment. You waste less time. You gain momentum. Choosing purpose also improves confidence. When you know why you are doing something, doubt loses power. You stand firmer in decisions. You speak with clarity. Confidence grows because direction removes hesitation. Purpose creates consistency. When motivation fades, purpose remains. Feelings change. Purpose stays. This stability allows you to continue even when enthusiasm drops. Progress depends more on consistency than excitement. Daily alignment also affects relationships. You choose who to listen to. You choose where to invest energy. Purpose helps you avoid influences that pull you off course. This does not require conflict. It requires standards. Standards protect focus. A man aligned with purpose experiences less regret. Even mistakes become lessons instead of burdens. You adjust instead of quitting. Purpose gives meaning to effort. Even when outcomes disappoint, this resilience builds strength. Purpose also increases self-respect. When your actions match your beliefs, you trust yourself. Internal conflict fades. Peace replaces confusion. Confidence grows quietly. Many people wait for purpose to feel obvious. Purpose often becomes clear through action. You choose a direction and refine it through experience. Clarity follows commitment, not the other way around. Aligning daily decisions requires discipline, but it also brings freedom. Freedom from indecision. Freedom from wasted energy, freedom from regret. Purpose simplifies life by reducing unnecessary choices. A high-value man does not need constant reassurance. He measures success by alignment, not approval. This independence strengthens confidence. He becomes harder to shake because his foundation is internal. Purpose also influences long-term success. When actions align consistently, results compound. Skills grow. Reputation strengthens. Opportunities appear. None of this is accidental. Alignment attracts progress. Choosing purpose requires courage. It means taking responsibility for direction. Responsibility builds strength. Strength builds confidence. Confidence attracts respect. Daily alignment also sharpens focus. You notice when behavior slips. You correct course quickly. Small adjustments prevent large failures. Purpose acts as a compass. A man without purpose may feel busy yet unfulfilled. A man with purpose may feel challenged yet content. Fulfillment comes from progress towards something meaningful. Purpose does not remove obstacles. It gives reasons to face them. Reasons create endurance. Endurance creates growth. High-value men understand that purpose is chosen, not discovered. They stop waiting. They decide. Decision creates momentum. Momentum builds confidence. Aligning daily decisions is a practice, not a one-time event. Each day offers choices. Each choice shapes identity. Identity shapes destiny. A man aligned with purpose lives deliberately. He eats better because energy matters. He learns because growth matters. He rests because clarity matters. These decisions may seem ordinary, but they accumulate power. Purpose also brings humility. You accept that progress takes time. You stop rushing results. Patience becomes a strength, not a weakness. When purpose guides daily decisions, life feels intentional. Even difficult days feel useful. This mindset builds resilience. Resilience builds confidence. A high-value man knows where he is going even if the path changes. Direction matters more than certainty. Purpose allows flexibility without losing focus. Choose purpose. Align daily decisions. This combination creates a strong foundation for confidence and success. Direction gives effort. Meaning alignment turns intention into reality. Chapter 4. Develop grounded confidence by owning responsibility. Grounded confidence is not something you announce or perform. It is something people feel when they are around you. It comes from a deep inner sense that you are capable of handling your life. That feeling is built through responsibility. Responsibility is the foundation of confidence that does not shake when pressure shows up. Without responsibility, confidence becomes fragile and dependent on circumstances. Many people want confidence but avoid responsibility. They want to feel strong without carrying weight. That does not work. Confidence grows when you accept that your life is your responsibility. Your results, your habits, your attitude, your progress all belong to you. This realization may feel heavy at first, but it is also freeing. Once you own responsibility, you stop waiting to be saved. Owning responsibility means accepting where you are without excuses, not blaming parents, economy, luck, or timing. Blame feels comfortable, but it weakens confidence. Responsibility strengthens it. When you stop blaming, you gain control. Control creates calm. Calm creates confidence. A man who owns responsibility does not complain about circumstances. He studies them. He asks what can be improved. This mindset shifts energy from frustration to action. Action builds competence. Competence builds confidence. Responsibility begins with small areas. How you manage time, how you manage money, how you manage emotions. These daily responsibilities shape your self-image. When you handle them well, you trust yourself. Trust grows into confidence. Many men feel anxious because they avoid responsibility. Avoidance creates mental clutter. Unfinished tasks, unanswered messages, neglected duties, all create tension. Tension erodes confidence. Taking responsibility clears the mind. Clarity restores strength. Owning responsibility also improves emotional stability. When things go wrong, you do not panic. You assess. You adjust. You act. This response builds resilience. Resilience is a quiet form of confidence that others admire. Grounded confidence does not need validation. It comes from knowing you can respond to challenges. You do not fear mistakes because you trust your ability to correct them. This trust is built through responsibility practiced over time. Responsibility also shapes how you speak. You stop exaggerating. You stop overpromising. You speak honestly because your word matters. Integrity strengthens confidence because it aligns actions with values. A high-value man understands that responsibility is not punishment, it is power. When you take responsibility, you gain influence over outcomes. Influence builds confidence because you see cause and effect clearly. Owning responsibility also improves relationships. You stop blaming others for your emotions. You communicate clearly. You listen better. This maturity creates respect. Respect reinforces confidence. Many people confuse responsibility with burden. Responsibility handled correctly feels empowering. It gives structure. Structure creates stability. Stability allows growth. Responsibility also builds courage. When you accept ownership, you face problems directly. Facing problems builds experience. Experience builds wisdom. Wisdom builds confidence that lasts. Grounded confidence grows when you stop avoiding difficult conversations. When you speak truthfully, even when uncomfortable, you respect yourself. Self-respect strengthens confidence more than praise ever could. Responsibility also affects personal standards. You hold yourself accountable. You notice when now drops. You correct course. This self-leadership builds trust within yourself. A man who avoids responsibility often feels uncertain. He waits for direction. He feels reactive. A man who owns responsibility feels proactive. He chooses. Choice builds confidence because it affirms agency. Responsibility also teaches patience. You understand that progress requires time. You stop rushing outcomes. You focus on process. Process builds skill. Skill builds confidence. Grounded confidence is calm, not loud. It does not need to dominate conversations. It does not need to prove strength. It stands steady because it is earned. Owning responsibility also improves focus. You stop scattering attention. You prioritize tasks that matter. Focus increases effectiveness. Effectiveness builds confidence. Many men seek confidence through external status. Status can disappear. Responsibility cannot be taken away. This makes confidence grounded and durable. Responsibility also improves physical presence. You stand straighter. You move with intention. Body language changes when inner certainty grows. When mistakes happen, a responsible man does not collapse. He analyzes, he learns, he adapts. Learning turns failure into fuel. Fuel builds confidence. Responsibility also encourages discipline. Discipline creates consistency. Consistency creates reliability. Reliability builds reputation. Reputation reinforces confidence. A man who owns responsibility does not fear accountability. He welcomes it. Accountability confirms strength. It shows readiness for greater roles. Grounded confidence allows you to say no without guilt. You protect time. You protect energy. Boundaries reflect self-respect. Self-respect strengthens confidence. Responsibility also deepens self-awareness. You notice patterns. You notice habits. Awareness allows change. Change proves growth. Growth builds confidence. A high-value man understands that confidence is built internally. External approval becomes optional. Responsibility creates independence. Independence strengthens confidence. Owning responsibility also reduces stress. You stop worrying about what others should do. You focus on what you can control. Control reduces anxiety. Calm replaces tension. Responsibility also builds leadership. People trust those who take ownership. Trust creates influence. Influence increases confidence naturally. Grounded confidence grows through repeated proof. Each time you handle responsibility, you reinforce belief in yourself. Belief shapes behavior. Behavior shapes outcomes. Responsibility also teaches humility. You accept limitations. You seek improvement. Humility allows learning. Learning expands capability. A man who owns responsibility feels prepared. Preparation reduces fear. Fearlessness is not absence of fear, but readiness to act despite it. Confidence rooted in responsibility does not fade during hardship. Hardship becomes training. Training builds strength. Owning responsibility also improves decision. You consider consequences. You think long term. This wisdom increases confidence in choices. A responsible man does not need to impress. He needs to progress. Progress builds quiet pride. Pride rooted in effort strengthens confidence. Responsibility also connects actions to identity. You become someone who handles life. This identity creates stability. Grounded confidence grows when you stop waiting for ideal conditions. You act where you are. Action builds momentum. Responsibility also sharpens purpose. You understand your role. You commit fully. Commitment strengthens confidence. A high-value man does not ask who will take care of this. He asks, what can I do? That question changes everything. Confidence built this way is steady. It does not depend on applause. It survives criticism. It grows with experience. Own responsibility and confidence will follow naturally, not overnight, but permanently. Chapter 5. Develop success mindset by mastering useful skills. Success begins in the mind long before it shows up in results. A man's thinking determines how he uses his time, how he responds to pressure, and how he prepares for opportunity. A success mindset is not positive thinking or wishful thinking. It is practical thinking. It is the habit of preparing value before expecting reward. One of the most reliable ways to build this mindset is by mastering useful skills. The world does not reward potential. It rewards contribution. Skills turn effort into contribution. When you can do something well that others need, your confidence grows naturally. You stop hoping for a break and start creating value. This shift changes how you see yourself. You no longer feel dependent on luck or approval. You feel capable. Many men feel stuck because their mindset is passive. They wait for conditions to improve. They wait for motivation. They wait for someone to notice them. A success mindset replaces waiting with preparation. Learning a skill is an active decision. It says, I am willing to invest now so I can earn later. This thinking builds patience and discipline. Mastering useful skills also creates clarity. You know what to work on each day. Your effort has direction. Direction reduces anxiety. When you know what you are building, stress decreases because progress is visible. Even small improvements matter when they serve a purpose. A useful skill solves a real problem. It could be communication, technical ability, leadership, organization, or creative work. The specific skill matters less than the commitment to mastery. Mastery changes how you think. You begin to focus on improvement instead of comparison. You measure growth against yesterday, not against others. Learning a skill trains focus. Focus strengthens the mind. A focused mind handles challenges better. Distraction weakens confidence. Skill building demands attention. Attention develops mental strength. Mental strength supports success. As skills improve, self-respect grows. You see proof of progress. You feel earned confidence. This confidence is grounded because it is based on ability. Ability can be relied upon. This reliability changes how you approach challenges. You no longer avoid them. You prepare for them. A success mindset also values long-term thinking. Skills take time. There is no shortcut to mastery. This teaches patience. Patience prevents impulsive decisions. Impulsive decisions often create regret. Skill development creates stability. Many men underestimate how skills influence identity. When you see yourself improving, you adopt the identity of a learner. Learners adapt. Adaptation is essential for success. A rigid mindset breaks under change. A skill-based mindset grows with change. Skill mastery also increases independence. You rely less on permission. You rely more on competence. Competence gives options. Options reduce fear. Fear limits action. Skill reduces fear by increasing capability. A man with useful skills walks into rooms differently. He listens more carefully. He speaks with clarity. He contributes with confidence. This presence is not forced. It is earned. Learning also builds humility. You accept that growth requires practice. You accept feedback. Feedback refines his ability. Refined ability increases confidence. Confidence grounded in learning remains flexible. A success mindset understands that effort without learning plateaus. Skills keep effort effective. They sharpen results. They increase efficiency. This efficiency saves time and energy. Skill mastery also improves problem solving. Problems feel less overwhelming when you have tools to address them. Tools create calm. Calm allows clear thinking. Clear thinking leads to better outcomes. A high-value man invests in skills that compound. Communication improves relationships. Technical ability increases productivity. Leadership strengthens influence. These skills multiply effort. Multiplication creates leverage. Skill building also reinforces discipline. Learning regularly requires structure. Structure improves consistency. Consistency builds momentum. Momentum fuels motivation. Motivation becomes a result, not a requirement. Many men feel insecure because they lack a clear strength. Skill mastery creates strength. Strength creates confidence. Confidence encourages further growth. This cycle builds success naturally. A success mindset also values feedback. Feedback is information. Information improves performance. Avoiding feedback delays progress. Accepting feedback accelerates mastery. Skill development also improves adaptability. When one area slows, another grows. You remain useful. Usefulness protects confidence during change. A man focused on mastering skills does not waste time complaining. Complaining does not improve ability. Learning does. This focus saves energy. Skill mastery also improves earning potential. Value increases income. Income reduces stress. Reduced stress improves focus. This cycle supports growth. Learning skills also sharpens discipline outside work. You manage time better. You plan better. You rest better. Balance improves performance. A success mindset does not chase shortcuts. Shortcuts skip learning. Skipping learning creates fragile results. Fragile results increase anxiety. Skill creates durability. Skill mastery also improves decision. You understand systems. Understanding reduces confusion. Confusion weakens confidence. Clarity strengthens it. A man with skills becomes a problem solver. Problem solvers are respected. Respect reinforces confidence. Confidence encourages leadership. Learning skills also builds curiosity. Curiosity keeps the mind active. An active mind grows. Growth prevents stagnation. A success mindset understands that skill mastery is never finished. Continuous learning keeps value rising. Rising value keeps opportunities flowing. Skills also create purpose. You see how effort connects to outcomes. This connection motivates consistent action. A high-value man does not wait to feel ready. He learns until he is ready. Preparation replaces hesitation. Skill mastery also builds resilience. When one attempt fails, skill allows adjustment. Adjustment prevents discouragement. A success mindset values progress over perfection. Skills improve through practice, not avoidance. Learning also builds confidence in communication. You explain ideas clearly. Clarity builds trust. A man with skills earns respect quietly. He does not need to announce ability. Results speak. Skill mastery also improves self-image. You see yourself as capable. Capability reduces doubt. A success mindset replaces excuses with effort. Effort applied to learning yields results. Skills also improve leadership. Leaders teach by example. Skillful leaders inspire trust. Learning skills also improves patience with others. You understand learning curves. Understanding builds empathy. A man who masters useful skills becomes dependable. Dependability creates stability. Stability supports confidence. Success mindset is built daily through learning. Skills turn intention into results. Master useful skills and the mind adjusts naturally. Confidence grows from competence. Success follows preparation. Chapter 6. Communicate clearly to earn trust respect. Clear communication is one of the most overlooked habits in becoming a high-value man. People often think confidence is built only through looks, money or achievements. But confidence and respect are also earned through your words, how you speak, how you listen and how you express what you mean. When your communication is clear and direct, people trust you. When you say what you mean without hiding behind vague phrases or over-explaining, you show strength. And when you listen with intention and answer with clarity, others feel safe in your presence. That's how trust and respect grow. Most people speak to be heard, not to be understood. They use too many words. They hide behind jokes. They sugarcoat the truth. But clarity is not about saying more. It's about saying exactly what needs to be said and nothing else. When you're clear, people don't have to guess what you think. They don't have to question what you want. They understand you and they know where you stand. A man who communicates clearly doesn't raise his voice to feel powerful. He doesn't talk over others to win the moment. He knows that strength is quiet and direct. He speaks with purpose. When he shares something, people listen, not because he demands attention, but because he earns it through presence, honesty, and calm delivery. Earning trust and respect begins with listening. If you want people to hear you, you must first learn to hear them. That means not interrupting. That means not waiting for your turn to speak. That means paying attention to what someone says without thinking about how to respond right away. Real listening is rare, but when people feel heard, they feel safe. And when they feel safe, they trust you more. Clear communication also comes from self-awareness. If you don't understand what you're trying to say, how can someone else? Many men speak from emotion instead of clarity. They say things to defend, to prove or to impress. But clarity comes from knowing your point, knowing your intention, and choosing the right words with precision. This takes effort, but the effort shows up in results. People stop misunderstanding you, stop second-guessing your words, and start respecting your consistency. To communicate clearly, speak slower, speak less, and say what you believe. You don't need to dress your words in fluff. You don't need to fill silence with noise. Some of the most powerful words are short and simple. No. Yes. I don't agree. This is what I need. These are not rude. These are honest. And honesty builds trust faster than charm ever will. Respect is not given to the man who talks the most. It is given to the man who speaks with purpose. If your words are clear, your mind is clear. If your mind is clear, people know they can depend on you. You become someone whose words carry weight. Not because you're louder, but because you're consistent and direct. Clear communication also means not avoiding difficult conversations. When something matters, speak on it. Waiting too long to say what needs to be said creates tension, confusion, and distance. High-value men do not run from discomfort. They face it and they do it calmly. They express their thoughts without blame. They give honest feedback without attacking. And when they receive feedback, they take it seriously, not personally. You do not need to argue to prove strength. Arguments often come from unclear communication. When people feel misunderstood, they get defensive. But if you can slow the moment down, clarify your meaning, and stick to the facts, you reduce conflict and increase influence. The goal isn't to win arguments. The goal is to build understanding and protect your values. Being clear also means setting boundaries with your word. If something isn't acceptable, say so. If someone crosses a line, address it directly. People respect men who have the courage to speak up for themselves without disrespecting others. Boundaries are not barriers. They are instructions for how to treat you. And they are communicated through words followed by consistent action. You don't need to explain yourself all the time. Clarity means you speak your truth without needing to convince others to agree. High-value men don't seek agreement. They seek alignment. If it's not there, they walk away, not with anger, but with peace. One of the most powerful things you can do is learn how to express hard truths in a calm and respectful way. You don't need to attack to be honest. You can be firm without being harsh. You can disagree without disrespect. That's what makes people feel safe around you, knowing that you will say what's real without using it as a weapon. When your words are intentional, people trust you more. They know you won't say one thing and do another. They know you won't hide your real thoughts behind nice-sounding words. They know they can count on you to tell the truth, even if it's uncomfortable. That kind of trust is rare and valuable. Clarity also improves your confidence. When you know how to express yourself clearly, you stop second-guessing. You stop replaying conversations in your mind. You stop worrying about whether people understood you. That peace builds inner strength. You no longer need to be perfect, just real and honest. Strong communication skills are not just about speaking. They're about presence. How you carry yourself when you speak matters. Your tone, your eye contact, your calm energy. People feel it. If you're nervous, they feel that too. So slow down. Breathe. Speak from your center, not from your fear. This takes practice, but the more you do it, the more natural it becomes. You begin to speak like someone who knows what he believes. And that's attractive. That's powerful. That earns respect. You don't need to be a perfect speaker. You need to be a clear one. You need to be honest. You need to mean what you say. And you need to say it with consistency. People trust what they can predict. If your communication is always changing, people stay cautious. But if you speak with the same values every time, whether you're tired or strong, whether you're praised or challenged, people learn to count on you. Every high-value man becomes that way, not just by what he does, but by how he communicates. He becomes someone who earns trust, not with flashy words, but with honest ones. He becomes someone whose presence speaks even before his mouth does. That's the power of clarity. And that power is something you build one word at a time. Chapter 7. Lead your life with confidence under pressure. Pressure reveals who you really are. It strips away the surface and shows your habits, your mindset, and your ability to lead yourself. Leading your life with confidence when things are calm is easy. But real strength is shown when life is loud, uncertain, and uncomfortable. The man who stays steady under pressure is the man others trust. The man who doesn't fall apart when it matters most. And the man who earns real respect not because he controls everything, but because he controls himself. Confidence under pressure doesn't come from being perfect. It comes from preparation, self-control, and the belief that you can face whatever is in front of you. Most people panic when things go wrong because they haven't trained themselves to respond with calm. They react emotionally, blame others, or run away from responsibility. But a high-value man doesn't let the pressure own him. He owns his response. He slows things down. He pauses, thinks clearly, and moves forward with purpose. Leading your life starts with deciding that you will not wait for things to get easier. You will not wait for perfect timing. You will not wait for someone to give you permission. You take charge by facing what needs to be done, even when it's uncomfortable, especially when it's uncomfortable. That's where confidence is built, not in ease, but in difficulty. Pressure is part of life. You cannot avoid it, but you can decide who you will be in the middle of it. You can either collapse into excuses or you can rise with clarity and strength. The difference between those two paths is not talent, not luck, not personality, it's mindset. It's choosing to lead yourself when quitting would be easier. You don't need to pretend you're fearless. Confidence under pressure doesn't mean the fear disappears. It means you feel it and move anyway. It means you trust your ability to figure things out. You remind yourself that chaos is temporary, but how you respond stays with you. Confidence doesn't always feel loud or bold. Sometimes it looks like stillness. It looks like staying grounded when everything around you feels out of control. People respect the man who doesn't break in chaos. They follow the man who can think clearly when others are overwhelmed. And before you lead others, you have to lead yourself. That means staying disciplined when you don't feel like it. That means holding yourself to your standards when no one is watching. That means making strong decisions without needing applause or agreement. Everyday stress is your training ground. You don't wait for big moments to decide who you are. You decide every time something small goes wrong. You lead your life by showing up on time. By finishing what you said you'd do. By standing up for your values when it's inconvenient. These small decisions are what prepare you for the harder ones. Leadership isn't always about others. Leading your own life is the first and most important part. Under pressure, most people look for an escape. A high-value man looks for clarity. He asks himself, what's in his control? What action can I take right now that moves me forward? What needs to happen? And how can I do it with calm and strength? This mindset keeps you focused. And focus is the key to confidence. You can't lead with a scattered mind. You need to train yourself to slow down, breathe, and reset your thinking. When emotions run high, stop and anchor yourself in facts. Ask what is true. Ask what matters most right now. Your ability to shift from reaction to response is what builds trust both in yourself and from others. Confidence under pressure also comes from preparation. If you've done the work, you carry a quiet belief that you'll handle what's coming. If you've taken shortcuts, you'll panic. So, if you want to lead with confidence, start with discipline. Prepare for moments before they come. Don't just hope things go well. Train like they won't and you'll be ready. Pressure also tests your values. It shows whether your standards are real or just words. When things go wrong, do you stay honest? Do you stay focused? Do you keep your word? A confident man doesn't let pressure change his character. He stays rooted in who he decided to be. That kind of consistency earns trust fast and deeply. You also lead your life with confidence by protecting your energy. Pressure grows when you're drained, distracted, or disorganized. So, you manage your routines. You keep your space clean. You take care of your body. You get sleep. These are not small things. They are the habits that keep you strong when life gets heavy. A tired man breaks faster. A steady man stays calm. You don't have to be perfect to lead. You just need to take responsibility for your state of mind. If you feel overwhelmed, don't escape. Adjust. If you feel lost, don't freeze. Simplify. If you feel unsure, don't spiral. Take one step forward. The difference between the man who grows and the man who stays stuck is not the pressure, it's the response. Pressure also builds clarity about what really matters. When things are stressful, Distractions fall away. You see what's important. You see who's real. You see what habits serve you and what habits hold you back. Use pressure as a mirror. Let it teach you. Let it shape you. A confident man doesn't rush decisions under pressure. He doesn't overreact. He doesn't try to imp. He focuses on what needs to be done and he does it with quiet strength. That's what real confidence looks like. Not a loud performance but steady action. When you lead your life with confidence, you don't wait for calm. You take the hard road because you know it builds something inside of you. You don't seek chaos, but you're not afraid of it. You trust yourself to stay grounded in the middle of noise. That trust becomes your anchor. And remember, you earn that trust every day. It's not something you're born with. It's built. It's built through choices, through patience, through practice, through staying calm when it's easier to panic, through speaking truth when it's easier to hide, through taking action when it's easier to wait. You lead yourself not just by what you do, but how you do it. You speak with honesty. You move with purpose. You take full ownership of your behavior. That's what people notice. That's what makes you stand out. Because in a world full of reaction, the man who stays steady becomes a leader by default. Confidence under pressure is not just useful. It's necessary. It keeps your mind clear, your energy focused, and your character intact. And it starts right now in your daily life. Not when the crisis hits, but in the way you handle the next challenge, the next conversation, the next tough choice. Train for pressure every day. And when the big moments come, you won't flinch. You'll be ready. Chapter 8. Set standards and walk away from disrespect. If you want to be seen as a high-value man, one thing must be non-negotiable. You have to set standards and follow through. A man without standards gets pushed around by people, by emotions, by situations. He lives in reaction instead of control. But a man who sets clear standards and actually walks away from disrespect gains real power not by dominating others but by respecting himself first. That self-respect becomes visible in how he moves, how he talks, and how he makes decisions that protect his values. Setting standards is not about being difficult or harsh. It's about deciding what you will accept and what you won't. Not just from others, but from yourself. It's about choosing how you want to live and what kind of energy you allow around you. Standards shape your behavior, but more than that, they teach others how to treat you. If you don't respect your own line, no one else will. A lot of men today are afraid to have standards because they fear losing people. They'd rather stay quiet and be accepted than speak up and risk standing alone. But let me tell you this, keeping people in your life who constantly test your worth is never worth it. If someone shows you they don't respect your time, your values, your energy, and you stay, you're teaching them that you'll tolerate it, and that opens the door for more of it. You don't earn respect by explaining your standards over and over. You earn it by walking away when they're not honored. That action carries more weight than any words ever will. People learn through consequences. If someone crosses the line and nothing changes, they will do it again. But if you calmly walk away, you make it clear you're not afraid to lose what disrespects you. When you set a standard, it becomes a part of who you are. You don't have to keep repeating it. You don't have to justify it. It's just there in how you live, how you speak, how you choose. And when you live with that clarity, the right people will notice and the wrong people will naturally fade out. That's not loss. That's alignment. It's important to remember that standards start with you. You can't expect others to treat you with respect if you don't hold yourself to a certain level. Are you showing up on time? Are you keeping your word? Are you treating others with honesty and directness? Standards are not only about setting expectations outward. They're about living them inward. When you allow disrespect, you chip away at your self-respect. You might try to ignore it or brush it off, but your mind doesn't forget. Over time, it lowers your confidence. You start questioning your own strength. But when you follow through, when you say, "This doesn't work for me," and then you act on it, Your mind takes note of that too. It starts trusting you again. Walking away isn't about drama. It isn't about yelling or making a scene. It's about quiet certainty. It's about saying, "This crosses a line for me," and leaving with calm energy. That energy tells the world you are not desperate, not needy, not available to be used. That energy builds your presence. People don't mess with men who have strong presence. This doesn't mean you become cold or distant. It means you're selective. You care, but you care with boundaries. You give, but not at the cost of your peace. You listen, but you don't entertain disrespect just to be liked. This balance makes you rare, and rare creates value. A high-value man doesn't try to control others. He controls what he allows. He doesn't chase people to change. He decides who belongs in his space based on actions, not words. That's real strength. Not trying to fix everything, but knowing when to walk away from what won't grow. There's a difference between being nice and being respected. You can be kind and still firm. You can be understanding and still walk away when necessary. If someone repeatedly shows you they don't value your time, your effort, your boundaries, believe them. Stop making excuses for behavior that drains you. Your peace is too expensive to trade for approval. You don't need to yell to set a boundary. You don't need to argue. You simply need to know your line and honor it. And the more you do this, the stronger you get. You'll start noticing how certain people change, how they speak to you. You'll notice how some will pull away, not because you did something wrong, but because they can't manipulate or drain you anymore. That's what standards do. They protect your energy. They filter your relationship. They create space for real connection and mutual respect. You stop tolerating surface-level attention and you start attracting people who recognize your worth without needing to be reminded. It's not easy to walk away. Sometimes it's people you've known for years. Sometimes it's habits that once felt comfortable. But anything that costs your peace, your dignity, your growth, it's too expensive. Let it go. Your future will thank you. Every time you choose your standard over comfort, you grow. You gain a deeper respect for yourself. And others will feel it. They may not always say it, but they'll feel it. You'll move differently. You'll speak with more certainty. You'll look people in the eye without hesitation. That's the quiet power of a man who respects himself. You are not here to convince people to value you. You're here to value yourself so clearly that no one can ignore it. That starts by drawing the line and keeping it. Not once, not only when it's easy, but every time it's tested. Don't fear being alone. Fear being surrounded by people who don't respect you. It's better to walk alone in truth than be surrounded in silence. Real confidence isn't about being liked by everyone. It's about liking the man you see when you're by yourself. So, choose your standards carefully. Set them based on the man you're becoming. And when someone pushes against them, respond calmly, clearly, and firmly. Then move forward. No hate, no anger, just clarity. Because the moment you decide that disrespect is never welcome in your life begins to change. Not because people change, but because you do. And that change leads to everything you've been working for. Peace, strength, clarity, power, respect. It all begins the day you choose to live with real standards and walk away from anything that won't honor them. Chapter 9. Build mental strength through daily hard choices. Mental strength is not built in one moment of crisis. It's shaped through the small hard choices you make every single day. Every time you choose what's difficult over what's easy, you train your mind to get stronger. You don't need motivation for this. You need commitment, because the real test of strength is not how loud you talk when things are going well. It's how you act when nobody's watching, when things are tough, and when the easier path is sitting right in front of you. You don't become mentally strong by reading about it. You build it by doing what's uncomfortable again and again until it becomes part of who you are. That's what separates men who rise from men who repeat the same year of their life 10 times. Mental strength is earned by taking the path most people avoid. The one where you wake up when it's time, not when you feel like it. The one where you finish your workout even though your mind says stop. The one where you say no to distractions and stick to what matters. The hard choice could be getting out of bed on time. It could be shutting down your phone and focusing on your goals. It could be choosing not to argue when your ego wants to win. It could be walking away from comfort and stepping into something uncertain because that's what growth demands. These choices aren't flashy. They don't make headlines, but they build something deep inside, a level of discipline that becomes unshakable. You cannot fake mental strength. You can pretend for a while, but life will test you. At some point, something will pressure you, stretch you, and ask you who you really are. And when that moment comes, you'll either collapse or stay calm. That calmness is not a performance. It's the result of reps. The reps of making hard choices when quitting felt easier. Most people want to feel strong before they act strong. But real strength comes from doing what's necessary, even when you feel tired, unmotivated, or overwhelmed. You'll never feel ready every time life calls for effort. But if you've trained yourself through daily discipline, you'll be ready even when it's hard. And that's the kind of strength that lasts. When you choose the hard road daily, your tolerance for pressure increases. You stop folding under strain. You stop needing everything to be easy to stay consistent. You stop chasing motivation and start depending on structure. That's mental strength. Doing what needs to be done whether you're in the mood or not. It's not about being emotions control your decision. It's about feeling stress and moving anyway. Feeling discomfort and continuing anyway. Feeling fear and showing up anyway. The man who waits for comfort never grows. The man who leans into the challenge becomes the one others look to when things get serious. Every time you avoid a hard choice, your mind remembers. It starts believing that you give up easily, that you choose comfort over growth. And that belief shapes your identity. But the opposite is also true. Every time you choose discomfort on purpose, your mind takes note. It starts believing you're capable. It starts seeing you as someone who doesn't back down. That's how you build inner confidence without ever needing to prove anything to others. Your habits either support your strength or slowly steal it. It's the daily decision to eat better, to train your body, to focus when you'd rather scroll, to speak truth when silence feels safer. These are not big flashy moments. They are quiet decisions that build a strong foundation. And strong foundations don't crack when life gets hard. Mental strength is also built by facing what you've been avoiding. The uncomfortable conversation, the responsibility you've been delaying, the self-doubt you try to ignore. Avoidance doesn't solve problems. It grows them, but when you turn toward the discomfort and take action, you build courage. And courage isn't something you're born with. It's built like a muscle. The stronger your mind, the more freedom you earn. You're no longer a slave to feelings, distractions, or excuses. You live with direction. You act with discipline. You speak with clarity. And none of that comes from talent. It comes from effort, from the decision to push through, especially when the easy way out is calling your name. Sometimes the hard choice is rest. Not quitting, but resting with intention. Mental strength also means knowing when to pause, reflect, and recharge. Pushing non-stop with no awareness is not strength. It's burnout. Strength means knowing your limits and still choosing to rise responsibly. It means taking care of your energy so you can keep going when others burn out. You won't always feel strong. That's normal. But the daily hard choices you make shape the man you become. Every day is a chance to sharpen your mind, raise your standards, and act in line with the life you say you want. And it doesn't require anyone else's permission. You don't need applause. You don't need perfect timing. You need a reason. And once you have that, you act. Mental strength also means not being driven by instant results. You stay focused even when progress feels slow. You trust the process even when you don't see rewards right away. Most people quit because they expect quick wins. Strong minds keep going because they understand consistency is power. You don't build strength by making the easy choice once or twice. You build it by showing up again and again. By doing what's right when it's not exciting. By following through even when no one's checking. That integrity with yourself is what makes you unstoppable. When life hits you with stress, your habits become your fallback. If your habits are soft, you break. If your habits are strong, you rise. That's why these small daily choices matter so much. They prepare you for storms before they arrive, and storms will come. But if your foundation is solid, you won't be shaken. Building mental strength through hard choices doesn't require perfection. You'll slip. You'll have off days. But what matters is what you return to. What matters is that you don't let one moment of weakness turn into a pattern of giving up. You reset and you move again. And here's the truth. Most of what you want in life is on the other side of discipline, respect, confidence, freedom, leadership. These things are earned by doing the work that most people avoid. By building the kind of mind that doesn't break under pressure, doesn't hide from responsibility, and doesn't need outside approval to move forward. This is your work, not for a week, not for a month, every day. Not because it's easy, but because you've decided the kind of man you want to become, and you're willing to earn it through the hard choices, not the easy ones. That's how you build mental strength. That's how you become unshakable. Chapter 10. Commit fully to becoming a high-value man. Becoming a high-value man is not a part-time decision. It's not something you visit when you feel inspired and forget when life gets hard. It's not a label you wear for attention or status. It's a full commitment to a higher standard of living, thinking, and acting. One that you decide to uphold no matter what comes your way. You don't become this man by accident. You become him on purpose, with discipline, with honesty, and with daily action that aligns with who you say you want to be. There's a point in every man's life where he has to decide who he's going to be. Not just in public, but when no one is looking. And that moment matters more than all the promises, plans, or talk. Because talk is cheap, discipline is not, and it's in those quiet moments when nobody is watching that you are either building or breaking your identity. The high-value man is not built through information alone. He is built through transformation. And transformation only happens when you fully commit. This commitment is not temporary. It doesn't fade when you're tired. It doesn't disappear when people criticize you. It doesn't break under pressure. It gets stronger. Why? Because you're no longer chasing a version of yourself based on emotion. You're building a version of yourself based on principle. And principles don't shift with feelings. They stay grounded. They guide you when everything else feels uncertain. Committing to this journey means you stop negotiating with weakness. You stop giving energy to distractions that pull you off course. You stop letting your past define your future. You start showing up for yourself in the way you speak, in the way you train, in the way you work, and in the way you carry your name. You don't need to be perfect, but you do need to be consistent. That's what separates the serious from the casual. Consistency. When it's boring, when it's inconvenient, and when no one claps for it, it's easy to chase attention. It's harder to build character, but character is what carries you when life tests you. There will be people who don't see your effort. There will be seasons where nothing goes your way. There will be moments where quitting feels like the only option. But if you're committed, you won't quit. You'll adapt. You'll learn. You'll evolve. You'll face the discomfort instead of running from it. That's the man people trust. That's the man who earns long-term respect. Committing to being a high-value man means taking full ownership of your life. No more blaming. No more excuses. No more waiting. You are responsible for your growth, your habits, your results. And when something falls short, you face it. Not with shame, but with leadership. Weak men hide from their problems. Strong men confront them, fix them, and keep going. This path also requires that you take your words seriously. If you say you're going to do something, you follow through. Not just because others are watching, but because you're building a relationship with yourself, and that relationship determines everything. If you can't trust yourself, you'll always second guess. You'll always hesitate and you'll always settle. But when your word means something, your self-respect grows. And when your self-respect grows, so does your influence. You also have to choose your environment with care. Who you spend time with reflects where you're going. If the people around you don't challenge you, don't sharpen you, don't hold high standards, you're not in the right circle. A committed man protects his space. He surrounds himself with people who are serious about growth, not excuses. He's not afraid to walk alone if it means staying true to his vision, because he knows that loneliness is temporary, but regret is permanent. Committing fully also means you stop comparing yourself to other men. That's not your job. Your job is to be better than the version of you from yesterday. That's it. You're not here to compete with strangers online. You're here to master yourself. Every time you choose discipline over distraction, honesty over comfort, and purpose over ease, you win. Maybe not instantly, but over time, you become the man who gets results. Not because he got lucky, but because he stayed the course. There's freedom in this level of commitment. You stop wasting energy wondering what to do. You already know you've made the decision. You act, you grow, you learn, and even when it gets hard, especially when it gets hard, you stay locked in. Not out of fear, not out of pressure, but because you respect the man you're becoming too much to let him down. This lifestyle demands sacrifice. You'll have to say no more often. You'll have to choose solitude over comfort. You'll have to walk away from people who want the old version of you to stay the same. But that's the cost of progress. And if you're serious, you'll pay that price, not with bitterness, but with pride. Because every step you take toward becoming this man brings more clarity, more peace, and more control over your future. You don't get to this place overnight, and you don't arrive at a finish line. This journey is ongoing. You grow deeper, stronger, wiser. You upgrade your standard. You refine your habits. You stay humble enough to keep learning, but focused enough to stay the course. And over time, everything in your life begins to change. Not because the world shifted, but because you did. And here's the truth. You don't need more time. You don't need better condition. You don't need anyone to believe in you first. What you need is a decision, one that you make right now. The decision to stop living in potential and start living with purpose. To stop watching other men lead and start leading your own life. To stop waiting to be ready and start becoming ready through action. This is what it means to commit fully to being a high-value man. It's not a one-time motivation. It's a lifestyle. It's a daily choice. It's a standard you set and protect no matter what's happening around you. And the reward? You gain peace of mind. You gain strength under pressure. You gain the ability to look yourself in the mirror and know you are becoming everything you said you would be. Not through words but through action. You will not always be praised for it. You will not always be understood, but you will always be respected by the right people, and more importantly by yourself. And once you build that internal respect, you won't chase it from the world. You'll live from it. You'll lead from it, and that's what makes you unstoppable. This is your time to decide not to talk about it, not to wait for the perfect plan, but to commit fully without hesitation, without backup plans, without fear. Commit to becoming the man you were built to be. Not tomorrow, not when you feel like it. Today, right now, and never look